GM servers, welcome back to another tutorial in the series of tutorials focusing on our brand new release of OpenServ skills and client packages. And in this tutorial, we're going to move forward on to the next section, as we have already gone through the basics of understanding the setup of the OpenServ skills, the installation and the projects folder setup and authentication, etc. And then move to the part where we understood how we can build workflows or use cases using marketplace agents. And then also understood how we can add an X402 paywall to any of the workflows you create on OpenServ, and further move to understanding how we can build custom OpenServ agents, either the runless or the runnable ones, either the basic ones with just a system prompt modification, which is a runless pattern, or the more complex or more advanced external agents, which can pretty much be customized in any way with external APIs, SDKs, or your specific logic into the run function. Now we're moving on to the next part where we understand how we can support external integrations associated with specific external platforms, how you can link your accounts on different external platforms and give access to those accounts on different platforms or social media platforms to your agent, and how the agent can leverage the exposed endpoints and on behalf of you or on behalf of your account on that specific platform carry out different functions or different tasks that you assign to it. So in terms of the kind of integrations that are supported on OpenServ, first let's understand the prerequisites for that. So in terms of the prerequisites and the kinds of integrations that are available on OpenServ, we can proceed to the dashboard on the UI and then go to Connect and integrations under Connect. And then over here, we can see the list of different integrations that are available on OpenServ. And in terms of how we can add a new connection, you can just click on the specific integration that you want to work with. Let's say a Telegram bot, and then click on Add New Connection and drop in a specific parameter. In terms of Telegram bot, you'll have to get the bot token using by going to bot father on Telegram, or let's say it's Twitter, you'll have to when you click on it, it's going to open a new OAuth session to authorize your specific account that's logged in this specific browser instance. And similarly, you can do the same for all the platforms. Link your account using the authorization patterns that they support. So the first specific prerequisite is that you have to make sure, let's say you want to work with the Telegram integration, you've got to go to the UI, under integrations, choose Telegram bot, add the new connection, and make sure it's added so that you can work with it or ask your favorite IDE or agent to build using that specific integration. All right. Now, once that's set up, let's try and understand how you can prompt, or the way you can build and integrate these integrations directly on code with single prompts or minimal amount of prompting. All right. In terms of Telegram integration specifically, once you've added the bot token on the UI and it's all set up, this is just a way you can ask your agent to just verify that you can find the Telegram bot integration. The key concept to keep in mind for Telegram integration is that it's a unique integration. So let's scroll down, and if you look at the available integration identifiers over here in this specific page for the Telegram integration, you can see a nice little table explaining the different integration names and the different integrations exposed on OpenServ. The Telegram bot integration is a special one because it's the only integration which has its own dedicated trigger. And how does this trigger work? It works on message. That's why it's also called the on message trigger. So whenever a message is sent on Telegram for the specific bot you have linked onto or connected onto the platform, it gets triggered automatically. And this trigger can be linked to any of the task nodes or any of the tasks you have made within your workflow. And it triggers the whole workflow when a message is sent with a specific request. All right. That's enough of understanding the concepts. Let's go ahead and look at how we can make a basic workflow with the Telegram trigger along with the Telegram integration dropped on to the task where you want to respond to that specific Telegram message. So the way the integrations work is common for all the integrations. Let's understand how it would work theoretically. So let's say you want your agent to handle a specific task, let's say a research task, and then respond or post about it on your specific Twitter account. Then you have to drop that specific integration. In this case, it's the Twitter V2 integration onto that specific task node. And then it's going to know that the Twitter integration and this specific account is exposed to the agent, and the agent can, on behalf of you, post. The same goes to Slack. It can go ahead and send messages on Slack for you, or on YouTube. It can go ahead and go through your channel, or on mail, etc. Now, in terms of Telegram, the trigger fires whenever there's a message sent to that specific bot. And that's the mental model here, because in terms of Telegram bot integration is the bot that is being affected over here. And that is the key idea using which we are going to build our use cases. Because in terms of Telegram integration, the bot is the one that gets interacted with. And then whenever there's a message sent, the trigger gets triggered. And whenever we want to respond, or let's say we want to do something specific in terms of sending a message or sending a notification or whatever, based on whatever the Telegram bot API exposes in terms of the functions and possibilities, we'll have to use the task integration and drop it onto the specific agent task node to be able to carry that specific function out. All right. That's enough in terms of theory. Now let's understand how it really works in practice by dropping this prompt that we have prepped over here. All right. In terms of the prompt over here, it's the same pattern we have followed for all the sections. The two key sections for the prompt here would be the guardrails section and the build request. The build request section is the only part you want to customize for your specific use case. The more complex your use case is, make sure you break it down into smaller pieces or smaller points of instructions. And if you don't want to deal with any of those headaches of, coming up with the perfect instructions, you can also use ChatGPT or, your favorite ChatGPT kind of agent, and even your favorite coding agent, to just understand and to just ask it to go through different, you can just copy and paste a bunch of these different sections of prompts, and you can ask it to understand the prompting pattern, and you can mention in natural language what you want, and it can come up with a prompt on its own, and then you can just give it a green signal that this is exactly what's in your mind. All right. Now, in terms of the guardrails, the second section over here, these are a set of rules or a set of warnings so that the agent that you're working with doesn't hallucinate, and also smoothly one-shots whatever you're asking for with minimal amount of back and forth between you and the agent that you're working with. All right, let's go ahead, copy this prompt and send it over here to our OpenClaw agent. And hopefully it's going to take a while, and hopefully we should be able to view the new workflow that's made by it. Let me skip to the part once it's done. All right, looks like it just went through. That's pretty quick, within a couple of minutes, I believe. Okay, bunch of different logs out here. But yeah, looks like it went through, and then we get the final response out here that it's done. Cool. Let's go to the UI and look at it. All right. Okay, here it is. The brand new workflow that was just made. All right. So here we can see, there's a Telegram trigger. This is the Telegram trigger we were talking about. And this Telegram trigger out here is enabled and also connected to this specific task node. And here we can see the small little integration icon of Telegram, which is added on to this marketplace agent, which we asked it to customize for our specific use case, where it replies to the incoming Telegram message with the research of that specific topic. And ideally, once this is set up and it's in run mode and activated, which has been all included in the prompt that we just sent, if you send a message on Telegram, it gets triggered and it sends a response based on the request of the user. So that's how we can quickly set up a workflow and also, further customize the build request for whatever specific use case or whatever specific customized idea you have in mind to link a Telegram bot to, and one shot a Telegram bot that's linked to a specific agentic workflow or agentic use case that you have in mind. And in this second example, it's pretty much the same, except rather than using the Grok agent, in this case, we're going to be using the Nano Banana Pro agent. And rather than sending a plain text message, it's going to send an image that it generates based on the user's request. You can go ahead and try both the examples. All right. In the same way, you can also work with the custom agents. You can add it to your workflow. You can drop in the Telegram trigger or can connect it to that custom agent task node, or you can also add the Telegram integration onto the custom agent. It works pretty much the same. The only difference is in your prompt where you request it the same way you requested in this specific prompt for the custom agent to build a specific agent, and then mention what that agent does, like how we build the DeFi agent that uses the Hyperliquid API, and then you can connect that to the Telegram integration so that it responds with the Hyperliquid data when the user asks for it. Cool. So this is a gist and summary of how the Telegram trigger and the integrations work, and some example prompts that you can try out. And you can always customize the build request for your specific use case and make it more complex, connect them with a bunch of custom agents, etc., and go wild. Now, let's move forward and look at an example with the Twitter integration. Similarly, except there is no trigger out here for Twitter, just like any other integration other than Telegram, the Twitter integration doesn't have a trigger. It just has the pure integration, which works the same as the Telegram integration. And instead of triggering it using the Telegram trigger, or you can also trigger it with the Telegram trigger, you can trigger it with webhook trigger, Telegram trigger, X4 trigger, anything, and then hook it up to a specific task node that does a specific task and then calls the specific API that you've asked it to call. Does the specific task associated with Twitter that you ask it to do. For instance, post tweets for you, read mentions, or do some research on your account and then come up with a report on it and then post about it. You can do all kinds of things and customize your prompt for your specific use case. All right, let's look at some examples the same way that we did for Telegram. So we've got a couple of examples over here. We've got an example with the custom agent, and then we've also got an example with the marketplace agent. So in terms of the marketplace agent, which we already went through, it's going to be pretty much the same as how we did for the Telegram agent. Let's look at the custom agent example in this case. So in case of the custom agent example here, it's going to be customized. We are going to customize an agent to basically come up with a custom report, a custom engaging tweet based on whatever your taste of tweeting is. You can further customize this specific prompt to make it look, I don't know, focus on a specific niche like AI, or have the degen kind of vibe, or any kind of taste of tweeting you have can be mentioned as part of the build request of your prompt. So let's go ahead and copy this and paste it out here. Let me just modify this. An engaging tweet targeting the degen audience on CT. Perfect. Let's go ahead and send it. It's going to take a while. Let me skip to the part where once it's done. All right. Looks like it went through. And this is an important learning out here. So in some cases, when it does go through and create the workflow for you, it might not fire the webhook trigger for you, just so that it asks your permission and then fires. And in some cases, it just does go ahead and fire on its own and then come back with a response. But yeah, in this case, it just told us that, you can go ahead and do that specifically in the terminal, or you can just ask it, can you please test fire? And, it's gonna go ahead and fire the webhook. But let's go on the UI and see the workflow that I just made. Cool. We have the workflow here. And all right, this looks neat. So we've got the webhook trigger, that's connected to this, specific custom agent that we asked it to make. And, custom agent is up and running. And then there's got the, instruction for the, engaging degen CT specific tweet, etc. All right, cool. Looks like it went through and posted it on behalf of us. Cool. So this is how we can work with the OpenServ skill associated with integrations and integrations on OpenServ, connect them to specific agentic task nodes, define specific custom tasks or custom agents, or also just add, if you want, you can just work with marketplace agents and add the specific integration on top of that agentic task node and then fire it with a specific trigger. It could also be a Telegram trigger, X-Folder trigger, etc. Cool. So this is the complete summary of how we can work with integrations and connect it to the platform and, create workflows that directly link to your specific account or integration on that specific platform. And you can give your agent the power to post or, call different functions on that specific platform on behalf of you. All right. So hope you had fun testing out these examples. We're super excited to see all kinds of cool integrations and all kinds of cool workflows that you all build with it. Happy hacking. See you soon in the next tutorial. Thank you.